Hey YouTube, A.Maze back again with another video. Thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today's video is part 2 of how not to give up. So in this video, I have 5 tips and a suggestion for you. So stay tuned. Let's get to it without further ado. The first thing I have for you on how to never give up. Keep your happiness and your ideas a secret. Alright. What does that mean, A.Maze? What that means is, alright, so say you have a goal in mind, alright? You say to yourself, okay, I want a mansion next year, or I'm going to drop 50 pounds, or I'm going to save for this trip to Rome. Something like that, right? Real important. It's fine to share. You know, we share. That's what we do as humans. If you got a mother, father, best friend, tell them what your plan is, and that's it. Tell one person and only tell them one time. And tell somebody that you're really close to if you want to share. But don't give everybody the play-by-play. Why do you not want to do that? For 2 reasons. The first reason, because us as humans, the things we take serious are the things we see. All right? So, until you have, if not the finished product, at least a substantial milestone to show people, like, here's what I accomplished, this is what I did, that's when they'll be like, good job, good for you. And that's great, right? That helps boost our self-esteem, because we know as humans we like to have validation from others. But wait for validation when you earned it in their eyes, okay? But to you, you're always a winner, so keep going, all right? That'll encourage you to keep going. You'll be less likely to give up, because you're getting such a good feeling from getting closer and closer and closer, you know? Like you saving money for a trip. Every time you put that 15% aside, or 20, or whatever you're doing, you feel better and better each time because you're getting closer and closer, all right? So you building happiness within, all right? It works this opposite way too. If a person is going through something and they keep thinking bad, and so they feel bad, and then a lot of times, you know, if we're sad, we don't want to share because we don't want people to feel sorry for us, or we don't want to burden anybody. So when you have negative emotions that build inside, they eat at you, right? Well, it works the opposite way. When you have positive emotions building inside, it doesn't eat at you, it makes you feel alive. So the longer you keep your plans a secret, the better you feel. You have better self-esteem because you know that you're accomplishing something, okay? You're your own cheerleader. The more you do it, you working with yourself, the better you feel, okay? And then you'll keep it a secret for so long, and you'll work so hard and continue to persevere that you'll have a bounce in your step, you'll have joy in your voice, and people can sense it, they can see it, they can hear it. They'll say, wow, such and so is so happy. It's because you know that you're accomplishing something, all right? So that's the first reason you want to keep it a secret, and your ideas and stuff, all right? But then the second reason is the most obvious, and that's to keep haters at bay. You can't control them and change them necessarily, but you can keep them at bay for the sake of you, because us as humans, we tend to allow the opinion of others, especially the negative opinions. We pay attention to them more than we do positive ones for some reason. You don't want to discourage yourself. That's the only reason. You know, you want to keep haters at bay so you can continue on. If you hear negative things long enough, you will get discouraged, all right? Don't do it to yourself. So that's number 1. Keep your happiness and your ideas a secret. Moving on, number 2. Number 2 says, what's in front of you is simply an illusion. What does that mean, A.Maze? You want to know what that means? All right. The things, the problems you stress over, the stuff you regret, especially if it's stuff from the past, okay? Even if it's something serious of right now, of today, you know, a lot of us out there, if you having trouble paying your bills, or you lost your job or something like that, and you got little children that depend on you, and you're sitting at your dining room table, and you're holding your head like this, and you're getting headaches, and you can't come up with nothing, stop worrying about it. You say, huh? Stop worrying about it. How am I supposed to stop worrying about my rent? I don't have a job, and I got these 3 kids and no car. If that's your situation. A lot of people go through that, so I thought I'd mention that, okay? Well, yeah, that's a tough situation, but let me ask you this. Ask yourself this. So say self, when I sat there and I worried all this time, and I gave myself a stomach ache and a headache, and I snapped at my kids, and I snapped at my spouse, and I went outside, almost got into a fight because I'm so stressed out and I can't take it. Did I come up with a solution? If you did, keep doing it. That worked for you. All right? But if you tried that, if you did the worry thing, and whether it caused you more problems yet, because it will, ask yourself, what did that worrying get me? Do I have a solution to my problem? No? Then I'm going to stop worrying. Now that you decided you're going to stop worrying, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to replace the negative thought that's got you sitting up all night with a positive one. Stick it in its place. Instead, focus your attention somewhere else. Okay? At least for now, until you can come up with a solution to your problem. All right? You don't have it now. It'll come. But killing yourself won't help. In fact, worrying makes it worse. All right? I'll discuss how in another video. But you guys are intelligent grown-ups. You know how worrying can lead to other things. But anyway, yes, that's what you got to do. Think about other things. Take your mind somewhere else. So you say, A.Maze, where am I supposed to take my mind to? How am I supposed to be positive in a time like this? Well, you think about what makes you whole, what you need, what do you want. If you don't have it yet, just take your mind somewhere and think to yourself, if there was no restrictions on money, if there was no restriction on age, if there was no restriction on this or that, what would I do? What would make my world fulfilled? All right. Now, some of us already have the answer to that. For those of you out there who already know who you are, where you're going, what you're supposed to be, you know, you might love the guitar. You might be a great athlete. You might have a wonderful career. You might have anything, whatever moves you. If you're a great dancer, whatever it is for you, that's what you focus on instead of your bills. You focus on what makes you feel whole, okay? We live for our children, most of us who do have them anyway. And yes, we do. But sometimes that's not enough. See, to make a person whole, it literally means that you need everything. You need more than just your children to make you feel whole, okay? If you don't know who you are and who you're meant to be on this earth, then there are ways you can find out, okay? I have help for you too. For those of you who've already found yourself, your next step is to just lose yourself in it, which we'll get to in a minute, okay? Let me just tell you guys, if you don't know yourself yet, stay tuned to this video. I got more advice for you. All right, so that's number 2. What's in front of you is simply an illusion. There's many possibilities to something, solutions you don't even know exist. So just be patient, wait it out, and take care of your health. So when the solution to the problem does come around, you still healthy enough to render it. Okay, think of it that way. You worried yourself to a heart attack, then you can't solve your problems anyways. Okay? All right, moving on. Number 3, don't be afraid. That ties into number 2, not being afraid. We're afraid to let go. And I get that. Why are we afraid? We're afraid to let go, okay? Because we know we have an issue to face. We know we got a problem to solve. We want it to go away. You know, and it's a safe place for us, even though it's detrimental. It's a safe place for us to worry. Worry has been a safe place for people because they feel like if they dwell on something, it's going to go away, but it's not. It's going to get worse for you. If you can train your mind to realize that, you'll be better off. It takes work and practice to not be afraid to let go. All right? I was that person. So that's why I want to share with you what works, what worked for me. Okay? Letting go means going against what your brain automatically feels is the right thing. You know? You want to focus on, what you think you're doing is thinking about it. Like if you got overdue bills or something like that, or your dog is sick, or you're sick, or your kid is sick, you think that you're helping it by... You call yourself thinking. You're not thinking, you're worrying. Okay? Anytime something troublesome stays on your mind and a solution is not coming to you, that's called worrying. That's not thinking. Thinking is when you have a plan. You know what you're going to do, or at least think you know what you're going to do. And you're trying to figure out how to get around things. That's thinking. Okay? But worrying is when you have no solution. When there's no solution in sight and it's still on your mind and you're starting to get physically sick, that's called worry. And that's what you need to stop doing. And to stop doing that, you replace that worry with something positive, no matter what the situation. Because worrying, in the end, still won't solve your problem anyways. The problem will still be there. All you did was create more problems. Okay? Because now you're interrupting your health and your temperament with others. And you're creating more and more problems. Okay? It's like an avalanche now. One thing then led to another. Okay, but we're going to talk about this. All of this stuff I'm talking about is a journey. It's a process. I'm explaining to you what you can do, okay? But there's processes to this. But it can definitely be done. You can choose to make a better life for yourself. All right, number 4, put your mind where you want to be. See, each one of these things are basically the same thing. But there's steps to it, okay? And the 4th step is to remember to put your mind where you want it to be. Okay, put that mind there. Immerse yourself in it. And 5, choose to immerse yourself so you can let go. And that's basically it. Okay, now, for those of you who don't know what to immerse yourself in, let me tell you something. I went online because I know in the last video I said I was going to give you different personality tests to take. I changed my mind. That's not even necessary. All you're trying to do is gain insight. All right, you're investigating yourself. That's a lifelong process. But if you're one of those people who have no clue, you say, A.Maze, I don't know what my calling is. I don't know who I am yet. I don't know myself from a can of paint. How do I figure this out? What do I immerse myself in? Well, you can start with the Myers-Briggs assessment. Okay, the Myers-Briggs, all right, the abbreviated title for this is MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. It's a personality test developed by 2 ladies named Isabel Briggs Myers and Catherine Cook Briggs, okay? And they based this test that they created on information gathered by a man named Carl Jung back in the early 1900s. And Mr. Carl Jung came up with 16 different personality types. I mean, you know, 7 billion people in this world. Back then it was 6 billion. However, yes, we are all individuals, but us humans, we're pretty much same enough to where you can put us in groups. We're not that different, okay? So, you got the 16 personalities. You got the inspector personality, the counselor, the mastermind, the giver, the provider, the idealist, the supervisor, the visionary, the craftsman, the performer, the champion, the doer, the commander, the thinker, the nurturer, and the composer, okay? This gives you an idea. This will help you figure out, This is just one avenue to take. Don't stop with the Myers-Briggs. Start with it. It's a great place to begin. Okay? It'll help you identify personality traits that you probably didn't know you have. It'll help you identify things in yourself that you didn't see, others probably do see, and vice versa. All you want to know. Starting with this is just one way. There's many ways to learn yourself, but this is where you can begin if you don't have that path clear. For those of you who have a clear path to who you are, where you belong, what you're doing, what you're trying to do, skip this. You may not need it, but you can take it just in case, because learning yourself is a lifelong journey. You know, you probably won't be the same person in 10 years that you are now. I've read a couple articles that were saying Myers-Briggs test is inaccurate. It depends on what you want it for. It's pretty accurate. If you're just searching for yourself, you can take it. You get a great accurate reading. There are Fortune 100 companies that use the Myers-Briggs model to hire people for positions in their companies. And the articles were saying that's not an effective use of the Myers-Briggs model, which I agree is not, because say they hire somebody because this says they're a commander, okay? And yes, that might be a managerial position, might be suitable for that personality, right? But that's not to say that that person's going to be a good employee. And that's basically what these articles were saying. I read one article by Mr. Adam Grant, PhD, and then another article by 2 gentlemen named William Gardner and Mark Martinko. And just to quote what the Mark Martino and William Gardner said, few consistent relationships between type and managerial effectiveness have been found. And I believe that's true. You know, you may not be good on a job, but that position fits who you are. You know, it's not that technical, okay? So, you know, using the Myers-Briggs to hire people with, yeah, that may not be a good idea, because just because you good at managing don't mean you're going to come to work on time, you're going to keep your desk clean, and you're going to get along with people. That's not, you know, a good way to use it. The Myers-Briggs is more just for just psychological information and to learn and educate yourself, and for doctors to use. It's the most widely used personality test used by psychologists. And it's for a reason, okay? So just try it out. And then if you need a little more investigation, I'll put the link down below to the website. So all you gotta do is hit that link and it'll go straight to it whenever you're ready. And then I have a link down below for another one. The Myers-Briggs test online is absolutely free. This one I never took. It's $12, and I just thought I would mention it to you guys in case you wanted to do a little extra investigating. It's $12, and it's by the Ennegram Institute. The Ennegram Institute establishes that humans have 9 different personality types: the reformer, the helper, the achiever, individualist, investigator, and the loyalist. And so I'll put a link to that website below if you want to check that out. I haven't personally take it, but I saw it. I said it's worth mentioning. You know, it's $12 to take it, so you don't have to. But if it's just for your own personal journey, if you need more self-investigation, there's another avenue for you. All right. Well, guys, I think that's it. To sum it all up, the best way to not give up is to stay happy. Okay, because you're gonna want to keep being happy if you stick with your plan. Don't worry. Worrying never helps. And that's basically it. Just keep your business to yourself. Don't worry. It never helps. And you won't give up. Don't do anything discouraging. Don't say nothing discouraging. Don't listen to people who are discouraging. Okay? Just keep the narrow path. Always forgive yourself, because you're bound to fail along the way. When you're doing great things, failure's there. You fail, though, when you don't forgive yourself. Okay, because when you don't forgive yourself, you create negative emotions within, right? So the minute you create negative emotions, you give up. All right? So the key to not giving up is to stay happy. And I promise you, you will solve your problem in due time. All kinds of things happen that you don't see, don't know is coming. We don't know what's coming. So just think about all the good that you have to offer, all the good that's been offered to you, and be thankful. All right? Well, that's it for now, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.